Well, welcome back everybody to my failure, kind of. All right, so I had no intentions of making another food plot video so soon. We just planted this and my goodness, I don't remember if I have any pictures or not. It was coming up beautiful. We put iron clay peas out here and this plot come in fantastic. We did go in a drought, so it kind of stayed small peas for a while, but was looking so good. I knew next rain, this plot was going to explode. That was until over a 2-night period, I come out here and the entire plot was ate down to nothing, and now all that's left is some grass and weeds coming up. I literally had thousands of deer tracks out here. Got a few pictures of this. So we're gonna have to be thinking differently in the years to come. My goodness, we've got a cool front blowing in and it feels so good. Problem is, here's my food plot that's ate down to nothing, and deer season starts in a few days. So I'm gonna rush to put another one in, and we're gonna go ahead and do a fall or winter plot now. I just bought the seed for that since it's feeling great. I was hoping the size of this plot, it would do okay. I've had it be successful in years past, but when the deer found it, boy, did they find it. So what I'm probably gonna have to do in the future, if I wanna continue to do peas or soybeans, I'm gonna have to start putting up an electric fence around this. Now today, we're gonna put in winter rye, oats. I bought a several way blend along with a few more peas. We'll mix it all together. The deer don't eat the oats down to nothing, especially when they first germinate. It's the peas they'll come out and pick off. All right, once again, that tiller does a fantastic job. Nice and fluffy soil. So now we should not have to come back and actually dish this in. We'll spread all this seed out that I'm about to show you, pack it in, just like last time, and everything come up beautiful last time. Except this time, having a whole mixture like we're about to have, we are gonna outrun the deer, no doubt about that. All right, so I got the little spreader on the back. And you can see this is a whole different blend than last time. So what you're looking at in there, I bought a multi-way blend that's got oats, rye, winter peas, all kinds of stuff in here. And then you've seen that I also dumped in another bag of iron clay peas, because it's early enough in the year. That's them brown ones right there. It's early enough in the year, the peas will come back up, and that'll entice the deer to come out here and start nibbling. And these peas come up like super quick within just a couple of days, which is awesome, being that the deer season is about to start. And then these oats and rye, they take a while. They come up like in single stalks, so the deer don't really munch them down. And then as wintertime comes, they're already established. They handle frost very well. And I believe some of the stuff actually gets a little sweeter when we get our first frost or two. The deer seem to really all of a sudden turn on to that stuff. So we got a heck of a blend going on here. This is probably the biggest blend I've ever done before. Now this is very, very early to be planting in Florida a winter crop. It's just about the middle of September, and I just read on the back of this bag, it said the first date it would recommend planting in Florida for this stuff is September 15th. So we're getting close to nailing that date right there. All right, well, I'm about to do something I have never in my life done before. Water a food plot. Now, obviously, this setup right here, this is my little firefighting rig that y'all seen me build a couple years ago on the channel for whenever we burn around here or neighbors burn. We just have a lot of timber, a lot of pine straw and other things that could quickly catch fire. I like having a little firefighting rig. Now, this rig is nowhere near big enough to water this entire food plot. So right behind you is my deer blind, and my thoughts are, I'm just gonna water, you know, 20 to say 50 feet all up and down right here. I'm gonna have to go fill this up a couple of times, and I at least wanna get stuff growing and started that's within range up here. Now, what starts next month for us is bow season. I can't shoot a bow out of there because I did not do vertical windows, kind of a regret of mine, but I can crossbow hunt out of that. Hold your thoughts on that. I can already hear some of y'all. And then I can go out in the woods where I have larger trees to put up tree stands to do traditional bow hunting. Now, a cool future build that I have planned, I've even already got the axles and stuff, but it's gonna be a little while before I can pull this off. My plan is to make a firefighting trailer that I can quickly tow around the property. I want it to hold probably 3 of these totes, so 750 gallons of water. And I'm tempted on that trailer to put where I can build in nozzles that could say shoot off the side of the trailer. So if I need to come out and water a plot to get it started or after the fact, I've got that option. Or go water grass that's dying somewhere on the property. I really like the idea of being able to haul around that much water. That's gonna be a pretty cool build there. But I've got so much on my plate right now. It's gonna be a little while before we build that. All right, I must say that actually worked out a whole lot better than I was thinking. If I can wind up getting me a trailer rig with 3 of those on there, I could potentially come close to watering maybe a third to a half of this. That's food for thought. I'll admit that's got me wanting to build that trailer sooner than later, but my project list is so full. So I wound up finished watering here and watered again all the way back down, covering what I've already covered. And there was a couple areas I even puddled. I didn't think 500 gallons would go this far. This is very, very interesting. So no doubt, especially peas, oh my goodness, they germinate. I even see peas laying all on top, but they'll germinate on top of the ground. They don't care. They're prolific. So I feel quite confident that this area right here is going to pop up over the next, say, 3 to 4 days. And that's just in time for bow season. This should work out perfect. Sadly, there's no rain on like the 10-day forecast. Maybe something will pop up, but the rest of this plot may just have to sit here dormant until we get that first rain. But at least now, I'll go ahead and have something started. I'm glad I took the time to bring this out and do that. Well, since this is another food plot episode, I thought we would end this with all the work is done over here, hopefully the last time this fall. And then here's a little update on my dove plot. A lot of y'all have asked about that. It wound up with a lot of grass in it, but as you can see, the sorghum has a bunch of heads on it. We went through a heck of a drought right after I planted this, so things were stunted. You can still see I have a lot of green seed. It's not as far along as I would like, but we still have several more weeks before dove season opens. And at that point, I should have enough brown seed heads that I can start mowing strips in this, putting seed on the ground. We should be okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna go slap some stands up out in the swamp out here. Even though there's trees laid down everywhere from the hurricanes, I have found a couple of oaks that are producing acorns, and I've got some cameras on them. So I'm gonna do a little hunting out there. If we get some germination up here, I'm also gonna do a little hunting in that sweet deer blind back there. All right, I had no intentions of giving y'all another food plot episode this quick, but it's just what's going on in my life. I record my life, so there's your little tractor work. Who the heck doesn't love that? We'll catch you on the next one.